guys, welcome to episode 7 Thermopylae for Halo Season 2. And when I saw that little gate thing that looked like a Stargate, I was like, no, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Okay, it's not a portal, fuck. I still hate this.
I was kind of right.
I still hate this. And then Joe, no, you were 100% right, at least with Quan.
Yeah, but I thought
your
it was gonna be
prediction
like a
last
portal.
episode, Joe's like Quan is going to be the key to open it, and she's like, stars, they move, and she explains it to
the doctors.
The doctors, and they're like, what? And she's like, yeah. And then she places the stars in it, and it glows the halo in a ring. And I was like, if that fucking portal opens, I'm done. Like, I will give this a 2, and I will leave my own house.
I was hoping it was.
Yeah.
No,
fortunately
we didn't have to because we immediately went to the Pillar of Autumn, and then everything was really cool, right?
No. And
then we just magically ported to the Halo anyway?
The door opened. So I'll read one of the angry comments. Stop trying to make it match up with our timeline. It's its own timeline. They wanted to tell their own bad story, is what you're telling me, instead of our own good story? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I'd like to address, because we do see those comments a lot in a lot of different types of media. So you absolutely can take something.
Is that, wait, before you do that, people are just hoping it goes back to what we remember, because, and I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah. A couple things. So we know that comparison is the thief of joy and all of that. But the problem is when you stray from something that people love and you want to do your own thing, the quality has to be there. Otherwise, direct comparisons are going to be made. And everything that we've gotten in Halo as a TV show has been infinitely fucking worse than the video games and the books. And because it is so much worse and it was a layup, it's like... you don't watch much basketball, but you see someone with an open layup, and instead they're like, "I'm gonna take the half court shot." It's like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? There's a layup. Like the
wide
entire
open.
team fell down. They all fell down. You have the ball, just lay up, and they're like,
I've seen the defense intercept the ball and run all the way down the field and do a layup, and the guy miss, and the commenters like straight up laugh because it's the NBA. It shouldn't happen, right?
Yeah.
And that's essentially what's happening.
This has been a Daniel Jones thing where he's running as fast as he can, and then he falls.
Yeah.
Well, man,
my computer's fan is turned on for the first time in a long time. I
I
hope
was
we're
like,
still recording.
Yeah.
Anyways, so episode 7 essentially is tying up all of the loose ends of this season so that we can come to the conclusion and get to the Halo. The final episode is titled Halo, in case you didn't know. And frankly, all of the loose ends that this show is tying up here in this penultimate episode was incredibly unsatisfying.
It is.
It is incredibly rushed. It is, the pacing is so off. We have spent, a few minutes here and then less than a few seconds here, and then we're back over here. It's like, let the fucking scene play out. Even if people are enjoying these characters, and Perez is my favorite, she's really grown on me. You have no time to get invested in their shit because in 5 seconds we're cutting away to Soren. And I'm tired of Soren and his fucking wife and his fucking kid. I don't care. We are fighting for the future of humanity, and we have a plot. And I thought, okay, we're going to go in here. We're going to go into the fucking facility, and we're going to kick ass and get the kid. No, this episode begins before they even go into the facility. It's like, what are we going to do about getting our kid? And Soren goes, nothing.
Then he tells the story. We get a flashback, and his wife is like, I don't care. What about our son? It's like, okay, well, that was a waste of my time. You're wasting everyone's time with this scene.
Whereas Alex said, I'm out the last episode. You know me, I try to give it a little longer. It takes me a little longer than Alex. I'm out. From what I've seen here, and then I'm like, so we're done with Reach. Reach is done. That's what we got for Reach. I'm over here still thinking maybe we're going to get some more there.
No,
there's no more. I mean, in the trailer shot, and they've already ruined the ending. They've already set up that, oh, Master Chief has got to go this way, and you go this way, and oh, we were disappointed in you, Chief, that you're not going this way with us. But they already ruined that because the shots that I thought were Chief. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but doesn't he jump out of a pelican or he's like joining something? So I'm pretty sure Chief is coming back. The foreshadowing is so obvious. It's so dumb, and I don't. But with how they set it up here, they're gonna be like, woo! To explain away how he can go and join everybody, but then you still end up at the Halo. So
he has to rescue Maki.
Right. No, he's got to rescue Perez, and that's what's fucking annoying.
Kai and Maki.
Yeah, I don't know about Maki, his crazy ass baby mom.
Hey, you said it, not me. That's on me this time.
I'm convinced now. No.
Yeah.
So like I said, this, while it hasn't gotten as lows as season 1 with all the Quan stuff, this is still not good.
No.
Especially in comparison to the lore that was already there. In fact, the lore is deeper, it's more fascinating, it has better characterization, it has better connections to who we are as humanity than what these writers are coming up with, and it is incredibly frustrating. And you see him back in the suit. Hey, I'm back in the suit, hey, because John gets back in the suit in this episode, and it's completely passed over. You know, we're in one scene, and then the next scene, it cuts to him, and he's already in the suit, and he's like, the suit, my suit. Yeah, what? Like, that's how you get the suit back? There's not this moment where it's like, da-da-da-da, you know, like, there's no setup.
No.
He's just in it.
We're in a bad timeline, that's why. This is the bad timeline.
Okay.
There's more fanfare of putting on a Ghostbuster suit in the Ghostbuster. You know when Rick Moranis gets his thing put on, and you're just like, you know, someone's helping him, and
the intern gets the suit.
And it's like, what the fuck is happening? Look, I'm usually I stopped caring. I truly just the thing was on. I was bad. You were making me watch this. There's a couple things that I want to give the show credit for, and I'm being honest. The bridge, the plasma bridge, straight out of the video game, just like, oh yeah, this is the kind of stuff.
That was the one time I perked up.
I was like,
are we gonna get some good stuff now?
Yeah, like them foreshadowing the flood. It's like, oh, that symbol, we don't know what that symbol is. Growth, and you know they're hinting, they're really hinting at the flood stuff. That stuff's really cool. This also, I don't think that Quan is a good character. I don't even think Quan is an average character. But this is one of the better Quan parts. Because she wasn't actively horrible.
What is wrong with you?
So, she's been bad before, like bad.
Very bad.
She's just there.
Yes.
And
we're
giving Quan credit. Look at us.
Yeah.
We're giving Quan credit for just being there.
You gotta scrape the bottom of the barrel.
And the writers wrote it to where she is the one that knows how to move the star. And Joe's like, what did you say? I even wrote it down because you were taunting me every time they showed a scene of Quan. She's going to solve it.
Like, it's happening.
It's happening.
She's like looking at it. She's like, you know it's going to fucking happen.
Quan solves it.
Yeah, Quan's going to finish all the problems. But, I mean, then we got stuff like...
She's the least thing from interesting.
Soren's son, who apparently they're training the kids as Spartan 2s when they have abandoned the Spartan 2 program.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Perez became a Spartan 3 in 3 days, and she did it in a VR headset. So why are we trading up Spartan? So it's like there's so much shit here that just does not work.
That took a whole fucking week to set in. I am really upset over the Spartan 3s.
Yeah.
I'm really upset.
The Marines are terrible. The Spartans are terrible.
Yes. There's a scene in here where Perez has to comfort another Spartan 3 soldier who is
the team leader.
Scared to go into fucking battle.
Yeah.
What is... What?
It's character growth for Perez.
So this person who, I mean, they're so confused at what the Spartan 3s are. Did they show up a fucking day like Perez did, or have they been training since they were children like Kessler is?
Yeah, so
you tell me this woman who is like, I don't know who it is, and Perez is like, don't worry about it. So that one has been training for years and years,
when they sleep,
she shows up for a day, and she has PTSD from fucking war battle. 17 fucking elites that could have murdered her, and by the way, killed her whole family, and she's the one that's like, don't worry.
Yeah.
She's the audience insert.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. I don't like Perez, and I don't like how she's been shoved in our faces as the audience insert and given so much more importance. I didn't like it with Quan, and I don't like it with Perez. And I swear to God, if Perez ends up being the motherfucking Sergeant insert for the video games, Sergeant Johnson, Avery, if that fucking happens, I am going to be livid. There better be an actual sergeant. It better not be Perez is the replacement. No, it will not.
Look how much screen time we got whenever she was like helping everyone out.
No,
she's going to be a very important character.
She magically found the quarter that Chief was and put it in the
that's
the exact condor that Chief was going to steal. He's like, out of the hundreds over here, I'm going to steal
how the
that
fuck
one.
did she do that? Wait a minute.
Because Chief made it happen.
That's her Pelican Condor? No. She found the one that he was going to use. Like, you fucking stupid ass writers. Like, oh, maybe this is just a random Marine was flipping the coin.
And look, it's also the main storyline is not quite the Holdo maneuver, but we're not super far off.
You shut the fuck up.
Well, the whole thing.
No, yeah.
The whole thing is
it's revealed here. Go ahead.
The spike. You inject the spike into a Covenant. A ship, and it reprograms their fusion drive, and their fusion drive explodes in a manner that will destroy pretty much a solar system.
Everything.
We're talking about the planet,
that
the
is
entire
the
flip.
Dumbest shit I've
millions
ever
of
heard.
miles.
Yeah,
hundreds of millions.
Like, I was like, all right, cool. Oh, I get it. It will destroy the Covenant fleet. That's fucking clever.
And
hey, if we're in a desperate battle for humanity, then fine, I can buy that. But it will also destroy the other fleet, and I'm like, all right, writers, you're trying to up the stakes. It will also destroy the Halo installation. What are you talking about? It'll destroy the whole system.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much energy is required? What?
All of it. All of it.
The writer, you're so fucking stupid. Have you even bothered? And then Maki in this is like, losing confidence, gaining confidence, losing confidence. I have no idea what Maki is doing.
Me neither.
She's branding herself. She's acting stupid. She's telling John, we're having a fucking baby mama's moment where she's telling John, this place could be ours. And she holds his hand. I'm like, get your fucking hands off it. She's like holding his hand. It's like, this place could be ours. It's like, bitch, there's whole fucking species, factions that are after this installation. Are you just assuming that there's, I don't know, defensive firepower on the installation that you can fend off an entire... I don't understand. There's no way they're just going to let you live here and have the installation, but I guess she's assuming that nobody would follow her and they wouldn't know where it is and they can create a whole new society. But then explain to me how the normal Covenant just shows up.
Here's the problem, Joe.
Where is the normal Covenant coming from? There you have the one arbiter who is running, and then an entire Covenant fleet shows up. So and she's saying we could have this installation to ourselves. No, you can't.
I mean, the whole series has brushed over the human versus Covenant conflict, which is massively important because it's kind of the whole setting of everything. And then they brushed over the fact that, the Covenant just simply followed them there. We didn't even get a scene of her. She looks, Cortana gives her the vision, and in her eyes she goes, it's there.
Yes.
Then she's just magically there. It's like, okay, fine, you can't show absolutely everything, but then where did the Covenant fleet show up?
It's like had to be a scene cut out, or that they straight up forgot to film that the priest contacted the fleet.
We had to really show off how important it was that Kessler watched his dad, who is a slaver, by the way, beat up some dudes, and it really affects him negatively. His dad, who probably beats people to death all the time.
What's even stupider is Kessler is scared of his dad or walking backwards from his dad as his dad protects him, but Kessler is participating in a brutal ritual where he is supposed to brutalize adults in a squad setting. It makes no sense.
It shouldn't even be happening,
shocked by the brutality of your father when you were supposed to subject brutality upon people that are twice, 3, 4 times your size? What?
I don't know.
Seems like a cool job.
And Joe was like, I was like, you don't ever, Joe.
Well, I didn't want to drop it. So
yeah, because I said I want that job. Those guys in the orange suits. What did you do today, honey? I went to beat up some fucking kids.
This scene ends, and Joe goes, I want the job, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, the job of beating up on little kids. What's your job? Oh, I work in the factory and build, these things. And what do you do?
I beat up kids.
I beat up little kids with sticks all day.
But
Fuck
again,
yeah.
that scene shouldn't have happened because Spartan 3s don't train like that.
No,
so
they
there's no reason for that.
That's why Alex called it Spartan 2 training.
Yeah.
Because for some reason the Spartan 3s are training as if they're Spartan 2s. But it doesn't make sense if they're not augmented.
Reach has been destroyed.
Or special or trained.
Again, like I was saying, the problem is...
My brain just turned off.
You're thinking about it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to completely fucking
forget
turn
about
everything
everything. Just like the writers have, Joe. Just like the writers.
Just like the
writer said,
turn it off.
Oh my God, Parangomsky, she's so such a dastardly villain. Her whole plan was to blow up the entire Covenant fleet, which will also blow up the entire human fleet. You cannot have any human deaths. And it will blow up the Halo installation where they have no idea where it's at. So even if these motherfucking fleets were in orbit over the Halo, which it's not shown that they are, but even if they were in orbit, it would still take a lot to try to blow up the goddamn Halo. They would have to be in literal orbit.
Don't think about it, Alex. Go ahead.
I have a question. This is important.
Okay.
This is important. We know that the humanity is a 3-to-1 trade, right? You got 3 ships for any one of their ships. All you got to do is blow up one of their ships, take that fusion drive, and then you send that fusion drive in one of our ships, by the way, with a little spike ready to go. Slip space right in the center of their fleet.
No.
I solved the whole thing.
The hold-on maneuver.
No.
It's the hold-on maneuver. I did it. We have blown up many of their ships.
Not only has Admiral Gender Studies destroyed Star Wars lore, but she's also destroyed other sci-fi series' lore.
This is why you can't...
Whatever writer that came up with the hold-on maneuver, from now on, where everybody's
Ryan
like, why
Johnson.
don't they just pull the
As
hold-on
Alex
maneuver?
calls it, the mushroom stamp.
Yeah, you leave your mushroom stamp on stuff. It's not what you want.
And it shows up in other franchises.
Yeah,
so.
look, the issue is when you as a writer make something that is so stupidly fucked up powerful, then you just go, oh, that doesn't validate everything else that you're doing because you've said
too much.
And so now this big culmination of feelings and honor and making a last stand is completely undercut by all of the logic issues that are here, and it's purely just performative art now, where they're using.
No, because I like performative art.
Because I know, but it's just you're telling me that it's the fusion reactor of one ship is going to blow up
Hundreds
an entire
of millions.
sector. I'll give you the fleet. I'll even give you half the human fleet.
Joe.
So I'll give you all the human fleet, but I'm not giving you the Halo installation, which is light years away.
There were like Nova things, but they didn't work that way. And I only know this because I was reading. They're like, oh no, it only works based on the atmosphere and other stuff. So it's like, no, even the bombs that existed in the books are nowhere near as powerful to do any of that shit. So stop apologizing for this TV show.
Okay, I think we've made our point at how they're at this point. Seeing this, we are in this penultimate episode. So the only thing that's going to happen is a flashy conclusion and we get to the Halo, okay? And that's what we can hope for, Alex. I saw your face.
Oh, look, I just keep picturing you if you
I'm fucking done.
You are Jeff Bridges. Your ass crack is hanging out. You're sitting on the side of the road. And Harry comes up, and Harry is the writer for this show, and he's on his stupid little scooter. And you look around and go, just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber. You totally redeemed this
yourself.
Last episode is going to have something funny, and then we're going to be like...
I traded it straight up.
Yeah.
I traded it. I traded the good lore
Oh, God.
and all those books that were written straight up
Yeah.
for this. What do they call this? The silver timeline? Straight up for the silver timeline.
No,
I'm
this
mad.
ain't
You
it,
don't,
and I don't
you don't think
care.
it never
it's-
totally redeem itself?
No.
One
No,
episode?
he's already traded
Kessler
it.
dies.
He's
Parents
already
die.
Not gonna happen.
Quan
Not gonna
dies. Halsey and her daughter release the flood. They all die.
They're not capable of something that badass. I do think that Kai is about to die. They're just foreshadowing the fuck out of that. She's going to make a heroic sacrifice because we have to end up with one Spartan 2 on Halo. We don't have to.
She can have the
but I
spike?
feel like that's what they're going. She's going to. He even foreshadowed it. So
If it's
if
you.
it's you, and you have that spike in your hand.
And then they don't say anything.
End of scene and out of context. Which
She's
means
like, he never told me what to do.
And the only other way that Kai is not going to die is if Perez is factored into the same scene. And how much you want to bet Kai and Perez are going to be there? So, and Chief, to see the reaction and have the emotional character play of that suicide or sacrifice playing out. So Perez has to be there. So there's a small
Perez
chance
has to live to be the
there's a
sergeant.
small chance Perez can do the sacrifice
like a big
as
chance
well, but I don't think so.
that
I think
she-
Kai
well,
is
no.
the sacrifice.
Yeah,
That
Perez
makes
is the
sense.
sergeant.
Yes.
She's
Gonna
not
survive.
the sergeant.
She's gonna survive.
Stop it! I thought there was going to be a portal directly to Halo, and there wasn't. Hallelujah!
But it was just as
But that's the difference between a 2 and whatever we're about to give it in the fucking final verdicts. Go ahead.
So if we're going to final verdicts, I
We're
don't think
going to final
I don't
verdicts
think
now.
it's any better than a portal direct to Halo because John just shows up at the Halo
Oh,
immediately.
it's
Yeah.
for me. It's fucking no. That was in the backgrounds are warped, so they're not actually on the Halo. They're in the fucking.
the very final
mine.
scene is him in the
he's-
battle
no,
at
why
Halo.
is
He
he-
shows up and
He's
he's
there.
looking at him.
No, I know that. I know that part.
So he magically.
So we don't need what I'm saying is we don't need a portal to Halo right now.
No, we don't. But we got something that is just as John knows exactly where the Halo is, and so he teleports there. The Covenant knows exactly where the Halo is.
So they teleport there.
So it was practically a
They
portal.
did teleport without portals.
Yeah, so they go through slip space, but there was no figuring anything out. Like, honestly, Karen looks up at the sky and she goes, I saw 7 stars when I was staring in John's eyes. And through those 7 stars, I know exactly where the Halo is.
Well, it was Maki that figured
Karen.
it out. Karen, that's right.
Yeah.
That
I know
hairdo,
what you
man.
meant.
Yeah,
Fucking hairdo.
And then Miranda and Halsey and the rest figured it out there.
And they told
But
John.
somehow the humans already knew because they are in orbit over it because the fleets need to
black
be
hole.
close enough in order to blow up the Halo installation. So they're close to it, but they just don't know where it's at.
The humans know that the fleet are there, and then there's either a black hole, a solar flare, or something causing.
It's the Halo
and then
installation.
Perrin Goffsey goes, "That's no moon,"
hole.
and then that's when she knows to send everything. So the humans just magically figure it out.
Okay.
And then we just have to assume that Cortana told.
Let's go to final
I was thinking about
verdicts.
Cortana.
Yeah, so I don't think that this is very good. I also just don't care anymore, so it's not like I don't get super angry when they're doing dumb stuff because they've been doing dumb stuff for so long that it's just, it's like a puppy shitting on the ground. Except for the puppy's cute and I like puppies.
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
not this
it's like,
puppy ain't cute.
You're going to do what you're going to do. You're not writing things in a way
It's a
that
house guest that just shat in your.
Oh,
Like, what
if
the
you throw up
fuck?
all over your walls or whatever, yeah. So it's like,
It's a
so like I'm
fuck
not
are
upset
you
about
doing?
any of this stuff because Quan's bad, but Quan's been
no,
bad.
Joe. It's a stranger that looks like your friend who is a house guest.
What are you doing?
But you
Shitting on my-
look different. Are you from a different timeline?
Yeah. So I don't get mad anymore that this is
Yeah.
something that I used to love and now
He's
that I
so
don't anymore.
disconnected.
Yeah, you do.
It's just-
but plus,
He's
it's fun to
not-
watch.
I haven't even liked
disconnected.
I haven't liked Halo the video game in over a decade. So it's like this is something that's been drugged through the mud, and so I don't know.
I still get mad for your entertainment.
Yeah,
Go
I think
ahead.
that this is a 4. It's below average television. There was a couple cool parts. It was like, member berries. The bridge was cool. There was a couple cool things. There are references to the flood. But, John got his armor on. We didn't get to see him put his armor on. John magically figured out where the Halo is. Someone
This is
told him off screen.
Super inconsistent.
The Covenant figured out where the Halo is completely off screen. And so, and then
Parangofsky says that, Parangofsky's plan is to blow up an entire fleet in addition to the human fleet, in addition to the installation somehow.
Yeah. I don't think the tactics are sound. I don't think there's security anywhere. Like, everything about this just feels sloppily written together.
Yes.
And honestly, if this had been something that we got in season 1, maybe I'd be more forgiving. But there's so much stink that comes before it that I just think this is below average.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
This is super inconsistent. The last episode, it's worse. It's worse than the last episode. At least the last episode stayed with a scene for longer than 30 seconds before going to some other plot-tying, unsatisfying, knot. We got to go ahead, Joe, with your rating, but first we got the unsatisfying lady bitch who is fucking pissed at Spartans. We got that resolution. Completely unsatisfying. I guess the only good thing that I'm like, all right, I guess I kind of get it. Ackerson's plot, Ackerson's character arc. He actually does care about his Spartans.
It happened in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Though.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what I said at the beginning. All the goddamn resolutions are rushed and tied up here. This is like, man. Go ahead with your final verdict.
Mine is going to be a 3 because, yes, I was going to say the Ackerson part. I was like, we got a little glimpse of it happening last episode. He's growing kind of a conscience, and now this happens, but it was rushed. Everything in here is fucking rushed. John gets his armor. That's the title of this episode. That's it. That's all John does. He gets his armor back.
They should have just titled it, He Gets His Armor Back.
I didn't care about the Kessler thing. Again, it doesn't make sense why they're doing that. I guess to give him some screen time or whatever, and I don't care about what's going to happen with them. The whole Quan thing, I knew it was going to happen. I was like, all right, whatever. Yeah, that was a cool scene, but it's just like, all right, well,
I guess,
the
flood, you mean?
Yeah,
the
going
teasing.
in there. Yeah, a little bit. It's like 3 minutes of this whole episode.
Yeah.
And what I really wanted to see was Spartan 3's like,
let's do some action.
Yes, I was like,
you got all these
action.
cool little
Let's
fucking
minis
and so I'm gonna play Halo Fleet Battles from Spartan Games. It was, and cancel.
No, all we see is like the little dots turn off. I was like, oh, they all got wiped out. I was like, that would have been cool to see that. Like, what the fuck? You're not.
Can we look at that?
Like, this budget is like nothing. You guys are just in a room talking.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't care about any of these
Bro,
people
you're about
anymore.
to convince me. I'm about to lower my score.
There's no good parts besides like
where's the good part? Tell me the good part.
The 3 minutes is like probably
I like the
3
bridge.
minutes.
I like the bridge.
Okay.
And to mention,
And then
hey, they
what?
actually showed a fucking Forerunner dead body before. In our original timeline, we were teasing these Forerunners forever. Here, they just like, what the fuck is that on the ground?
Yeah, like it's just so messy. Everything about this is messy, and like the Perez scene.
That was also unceremonious. That's like okay.
Yeah, the Perez scenes didn't really care for him. Her talking to the leader.
Yeah,
and
you
talking
convinced me, Joe.
John.
3 out of 10.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it a 4, but after hearing Joe's here, I'm going down to a 3. I was gonna give it a 2. If that motherfucking thing opened up like Stargate, I was gonna be like, what?
Here is why it's so fucking bad. Alex said Quan was good.
No, I didn't.
No,
I did not.
He said she was acceptable.
Well, I didn't even.
That's so good. For Alex to say that.
No.
I'm kidding.
I need to clarify. I didn't even say she was average.
Yeah.
She's below average.
I know.
So she has been fucking
Triggered
awful.
Alex.
No, I just look. People get mad at me for shit that I don't ever say.
Yeah.
It is one of them.
Oh, man, I get so frustrated with that too.
Yeah. And so it's like, I never said she was
the only
good.
one that's smart. He's the only one that says. I was like, but I just said that before Alex said it. Okay.
I just wanted to get under his skin, but I was just saying,
No.
Joe,
that's
tell me.
how bad it is.
Tell me what you said when Quan was figuring it out. You made a joke.
Oh,
it was
it's like, so how? Like, all this could be like, how do you know? I am the Quan.
because I am the Quan.
It's even
I am the
better.
chosen Quan.
I am the chosen
And
Quan.
Alex improved it. I am the chosen Quan.
Okay, 3 out of 10. This episode finally knocked me out.
Yeah.
Okay, we had this premise. The first season sucked. We made fun of it. CBS got pissed off at us, started copywriting our content. Maybe David Weiner took over. We thought things were going to be a lot better. And I gave it the fucking chance of a lifetime here. And I said, okay, is it better? Yeah, but did you see what we were dealing with before? But you're still kind of messing it up. And I think it touches on the fact that there are so many cooks in this kitchen. Why are we using a new director every episode? Why are we using new writers every episode? Why isn't this a unified vision from one person who respects the lore and wants to execute it in the best way possible? Instead,
nice.
We have our own silver timeline that it takes elements from it and mixes it with worse shit. 3 out of 10. We'll go to the episode breakdown. And I don't even if the next episode is a motherfucking 10 out of 10, which I guarantee you it's not going to be.
Harry on the bike.
I still would think that this season is a failure.
Yeah.
And you could skip it. I'm already saying it now in the penultimate episode. I'm out. Alex was out on the last episode. I'm out on this episode. Joe, are you out? Are you waiting one more? Joe will wait one more.
Hey, I've been through a lot worse shit.
Okay. You'll wait for Halo.
I don't care.
All right, here we go. Episode breakdown. So we got a meeting between Maki and John, and she holds his hands lovingly. He realizes that she found it. We could build a better world here. This world belongs to us. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you expect to battle an entire species when they show up? Like, do they think the installation has all this, like, defenses of that magnitude?
She's probably just assuming they'll never be able to find it without them.
But at that point, she already knows that they're on their tail. They're never going to stop searching.
Yeah, I don't know how they expected. I just, like you said earlier in the previous portion.
We have no idea how the Covenant showed up.
Yeah, we probably are missing several
tracker,
scenes.
I don't know. Like you said,
hyperspace tracking?
Yes. So either the priest signaled them or there was a tracker, but it would have been nice.
You got to fill in the
see
gaps. You got to fill in the gaps.
Right.
That's what makes it better.
Well, the priest could not have signaled them because when the priest starts the fight, she didn't know where Halo was. She finds out where Halo is.
That's what I'm saying.
So
they don't know where Halo is.
Yeah, so the priest had no opportunity to signal because she figures out where it is after the fight had already started. So there has to be...
Okay, so what she says then prior can make a small amount of sense if they never find the Halo. But with them so close to the Halo and she knows they're being chased, eventually they're going to find it. But okay. So the priest chases. We get a little bit more of the battle. I actually didn't expect to get any more of the battle, but we should have known it because we're like, where did the priest go in the last episode? And they saved him for this episode. So the priest, he kills some people. We see some more energy swords. We see the Arbiter kicking ass. And I'm like, man, this is the stuff that I like and wish would have been expanded. She runs. The priest chases her down. Great scene. Forgot about this scene, but there's one of your points out of the fucking 3. Cortana shows up, even more CGI looking than before. They keep going back and forth between, no, she's just an actress with makeup and the blue effect. Then now she's in the CGI with the blue. Good, just choose one.
Well, that's this whole theme about this season. There's no consistency.
There's no consistency with the look and the
directors
and the writers.
Thing. Exactly,
and everything.
The thing is, like, you said there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Everyone in the kitchen's probably competent except for one guy who keeps sprinkling shit into everything. And it only takes one person.
One guy?
Yeah.
I think this is more than one guy walking around.
It's like, no, I want Marquand. It's like, no.
No, get out of here. They would have kicked the guy out of the kitchen by now.
Unless he's the guy in the suit.
I can't assume that.
You think
about
the wiener's
David
bad?
Wiener. I don't think that the wiener is bad. Maybe the wiener is bad. We have to question the wiener at this point.
The smelly wiener.
All right. So Cortana distracts the priest so that Maki can kill him, and then they show her the map to Halo, and that's when she learns it. The Halo, we got the thing, and
Maki remembers exactly the position of the stars in the sky, and that's how she determines where the Halo is.
Okay, so how does the Covenant fleet show up? The tracker?
We don't know.
That Joe doesn't know.
We have no idea how they
Ackerson seen. He's worried. He's acting on... We learned that he was acting on Parangovsky's orders and that she's the real evil puppet behind. And he's kind of evil too, but, you know, he does have a line. And it seems that Parangovsky is crossing it when she says, your troops cannot actually win. I am using them as sacrificial pawns because we are about to die. And I like like it because it has some depth, because Parangovsky's not exactly wrong. When you're fighting a superior force in this way, you do have to kind of resort to these tactics. So she's basically using them as suicide bombers.
Yeah. I don't buy that he's super upset about the potential sacrifice of the thousands of Spartan 3s when
he didn't give a fuck about Spartan 2s.
Yeah, he sacrificed the Spartan 2 program. Oh, that he had like he hates because of his sister. But it's like Olive Reach. Like this guy knows what personal sacrifice is about, which is his whole arc in the beginning.
His dad.
Like they set him up and was like, oh, cool, they're going to do really cool stuff.
And all of a sudden,
and then they snap a finger and he's like, oh, shit, I got a conscience now. And it's like,
I fucking bit my tongue. I'm so mad.
There's things that could have developed there. And honestly, the actor was killing it. He was doing a very good job. And then I just wish that we kind of reveled in that arc. That's the satisfying part that they just constantly cut out of this fucking show because they want to show us Kessler and the, his mom.
The entire first fleet of the Covenant, they know the different Covenant fleets. Show up and on the little map, and then she goes, dispatch fleet from Sector 3. I'm like, this dialogue, I fucking hate it. It's like, what? I mean, how many ships are in Sector 3? I mean, what are you going to go up against this? Prep the Spartan 3s. And then that's when she says it's not a black hole. And she knows that the Halo installation is near, and that's what's causing the interference. That or the fact that Maki and Chief touched the artifacts, which created that blowback effect, and that's still affecting things. So, then we get the scene where the bitch lady comes. The bitch lady says, take him down! Shoot, Master Chief! And then the soldiers are like, that's Master Chief. And Chief walks up to one of them, gives him a speech, and makes that connection with the soldier. That's good. So now I'm expecting this bitch to get her upcomings from Chief, and it doesn't happen. She gets punched from behind by Kai, so a bitch move.
Well, John, you can't have John punch
somebody
like
in the back of the head.
It's illegal in boxing for a reason. So that lady's probably dead.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good. But
especially a punch from Kai?
Yeah, from Kai, like that lady dead.
Yeah. That's not how I wanted it to be, or at least show that she's dead on the ground with the blood coming out of her mouth.
What did you expect? It was going to be like Pyramid Head, where Chief's going to lift her up and like rip her skin off or something?
Sweet.
Yeah. I would have given it a 10.
At this point, because I don't give a fuck about this anymore, I might as well get something good out of it. But Kai goes, what? You weren't going to do it. And it was like, yeah, why isn't Chief going to do it, little bitch?
She's dead.
Anyway, so
Chief died in our timeline.
That's why Kai should have said she's dead. Leave her, she's dead. Like Chief just loves all soldiers, so he's trying to go back, and she's like, leave her, she's dead. That would have been good from Kai. Anyways, then we cut to Quan, Miranda, and Halsey working on the cipher door. And I'm like, it's a fucking portal. And John goes, look, or Joe goes, look.
She's just studying it,
and I was
looking at it.
But I could have swore the camera panned in a way where it's standing on its own.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
But that's
so wait a minute, how then did it turn into a door with a hallway?
There was a door behind the thing.
So you go through a arch and then a door behind that.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
The arch was the puzzle piece.
Trick me, trick me. And then so OJ goes, look at it, look at it.
You're missing it.
Commander Bookman is contacted on the comms by Parangovsky, and we're like, oh, we're going to get a cool scene here. He's like, yes, ma'am, we'll do it. And before they even get a chance to exit their ships, beep, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. Everybody's obliterated in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Sucks because it would have been nice to see. Even the obliteration in 5 seconds would have been nice to see, but
I also wanted to see when Ackerman figured out that this was truly a suicide mission. Did he always know? Like it was, because that was an important scene where Parangovsky references.
Kai when they're talking, where Kai's trying to.
No,
I don't know.
No, because he confronts Parangovsky, and they're like, "Look, the spike is actually this thing." And Parangovsky's like, "I know that you ran the simulations. I know you knew all the stuff you're not supposed to know."
Underlings
that would have been a really cool scene from this actor, who is probably the best actor in the fucking series, to like figure out that his brainchild, his life's work, were going to be sacrificed no matter what.
Was a feint. Yeah. So Soren talks over the montage of Spartan 3's prepping, and this just has no weight to it because I don't care about these Spartan 3s. They are facsimiles. They are fake Spartan 3s.
They are worse than the base Marines in any Halo
You're
product.
trying to give us a window into caring about the Spartan 3s by putting Perez in there, but that didn't work. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make me care about them. I hate the Spartan 3s. And I was like Perangovsky, sacrifice as many of them as you need because they're all cowards and they don't know what they're doing.
Well, and so as long as you
VR. As long as you can delay the Covenant for a few more seconds, for the rest of us smart people can then do it. Because that's how much I hate them, which sucks because I like the Spartan 3s. So, what are we going to do about Kessler scene? Nothing. Then his wife gets pissed. And her wide eyes and her dumbfounded look gets even wider. I didn't think that she could do it, but she did it. And she got mad. And that's it. That's it. That's ignorant.
Who bad? Who bad?
That's ignorant.
She bad.
Kai asks for forgiveness to John.
Just following orders.
In the hallway.
I'm sorry.
And he goes, "You made the wrong call." And I was
what
like,
it means being human, making mistakes.
He just spent 2 whole episodes talking about how it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah. From his perspective, she said, I held back my last punch. I will kill you. But anyway, yeah. So then they're walking through this hall. You're talking
how do you know where you're going?
But Kai is now on John's side, and we got there. Fine. John confronts Ackerson. So, and then he's like, "Where's my armor? Give me my armor." I haven't had my armor all season. Where the fuck is it?
Here's your helmet too. Don't need it. Just my armor.
My armor. Don't need it. You're about to go in
just my armor.
The vacuum of space.
Leave the
Don't
helmet.
Need it. And I need to show the facial expression.
You can do like Jason Statham though. Go.
Yeah.
I need to expel all the air in my lungs. Anyways, so he almost kills Ackerson, and that's when we learn there's the scene that Alex wanted. He tells him the spike doesn't do what we thought it. It blows.
We have this technology that turns a fusion drive into the most powerful weapon humanity has ever seen.
Ever.
Even though we've taken down many, many, many Covenant ships that have these things, we didn't save any of their technology.
Yeah.
Even though one of the first things you do when you take down an enemy ship is you
salvage
study it and get their technology. So we definitely have fusion drives somewhere.
Overloading a fusion drive is enough power to blow up an entire planet.
Hundreds
of millions of miles.
I hate these writers. So, and that's what I wrote here. The explosion's so big, it's going to destroy both fleets and the Halo.
And the planet.
Bullshit!
Last resort, baby.
No, the Halo planet. The only way that works is if they're in orbit over Halo. But I don't see that, is what it wrote. So anyway, Quan is doing it. Quan says, these are stars. And it's the dumbest fucking scene. There's no discovery here. There's no puzzle solving. It's all written in the most transparent way that you know Quan is going to be the one that figures it out to give her some kind of purpose. Because Quan this entire season has just been there.
But she's been living in that cave in rubble.
Uninteresting character.
So she knows about this.
Ever. And if anybody's like, "Oh, this is an amazing, this is a great arc for this character," what the fuck are you talking about?
There's probably a lot of people that are like, "Oh, Quan's just like me." And it's like, wait, useless and kind of dumb and tacked on. It's like, yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
So it smashes to black every 3 seconds in these scenes, making it feel like an unfinished editor's copy.
Yeah.
What series did we have that we saw an episode? They gave it to us early. I think it was on Disney Plus. It might have been an Obi-Wan or something when we were getting early copies before we got blacklisted or whatever for giving you our true brutal honest takes. We saw this episode where even the effects were unfinished, the transitions were unfinished, and I'm like, the transitions in this show feel like that. I don't know why. It's just they don't put in the commercials correctly, and we don't get any commercials because we're watching it on Paramount Plus. I guess they think this series is so amazing it's gonna go into syndication, and so they need to put a commercial so quickly that it interrupts the goddamn scene. Anyway, so then the stars move, so then that's when I am the chosen one.
She moves all the things around, and
it opens the Stargate door.
Yeah.
So then we get the
she figures out it's a clock.
Yeah.
It's not a map.
Is that what she does?
It's a clock.
But how's it a clock, Joe?
Fuck if I know, man. I was like, whatever.
So it tells time? Oh, it doesn't tell time. It's actually just a puzzle. It is a puzzle where you're supposed to put the pieces in the right order, and in no way is it a clock.
She said it was a clock.
Yeah, I know she said it's a clock. Again,
I
you're
don't
talking
understand about this. This is growth, and so she's referring to the flood. They go in. They say, "Oh, this is a tomb." No, it's a lab because they got all these test tubes and this is implied that these were the scientists that were working on the flood super weapon and
there's a whole city down there.
Yeah,
they never found it. They don't do. I guess
this was before they put the flood on, or maybe they were so scared of it they put it on the installation instead of it being on Onyx. And one of the scientists was left behind, and he said, "No, don't do that," and they shot him. And then he
curled up. Ooh.
I don't understand. And this is the first time we see this advanced species of forerunners that it took like 5 games for us to get to see, and here it is. Just
looks like a dead
little piece of.
It's a dead cockroach.
Cockroach in the corner.
That's the Halo lore right there on the fucking floor.
I was like, what the fuck?
The desiccated husk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a perfect analogy for the Silver Timeline. And then she runs, and then there's even something even stupider happens as the.
What happened?
I don't know. For no reason, there's seismic activity. I was like, is the fleet showed up to blast the planet?
The glass. Well,
no,
the little
it just
test
starts rumbling.
tubes just start breaking, and
the riders were like, we need to find a way to get them out of here in a quick.
Shit's costing too much money. Everyone out. Come on, get out.
And so they're running.
The bridge is expensive to keep lit.
Right. And so they turn the bridge off, and Halsey's like, whoa. And instead of admiring the city from literally 5 feet away on a platform where you can clearly see
the tension, Joe.
Her daughter's like, no.
And only when she called her mom. I need a scene where I finally call her mom. It's like they write
the most basic outline, and then they're like, okay. And then when they're there, they're like, how do we milk this scene even more?
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like.
Look, I don't want to brush over, but one of the most important things that we talked about in this episode is finally, after 9 hours of spending time with each other, Halsey told her that her dad is dead.
Yes.
And then she goes, and she's sad and she walks away, but the scene is like 20 seconds long.
Yeah.
That happened in this episode?
Yes. Yeah, you missed it.
It happened so quickly that I completely forgot.
Let me tell you. So he's like, oh, what about Dad? Oh, he died. I saw him. Oh, man.
And he walks away.
Let's see. What's going on here? That's
If you blink,
is that when I went to go pick up my food?
Probably.
No, because you
went
pause
downstairs for a half a second.
No, because you pause it when you happen.
What the fuck? Wow.
It was super quick.
Wow, and we were like, they better address
like,
this
fucking
on the
keys.
next.
Come
this is a
on,
3
man.
out of 10, boy. This is fucking bad.
Yeah.
This is character assassination. That's bad.
It's self-sacrifice, okay, not assassination.
No, Miranda's like that. So okay, well, we'll go back to this now.
Let's get back to work.
So Miranda and Halsey talk.
They run out because everything's going on.
Kessler's afraid of his dad. His dad interrupts Spartan 2 training and beats up the fuck.
Why?
Well, I could see why the dad would interrupt the training.
No. Why are they doing this? Yes. Everything is supposed to be done.
Because earlier the writers wrote a scene where Soren was talking about how he was being trained. You remember? So that's why the Spartan 3s get trained the exact same way as Spartan 2s, because earlier in the episode, you remember?
Maybe this is Spartan 4s.
I was just waiting for just the kids just like in chairs with the little VRs.
Shut up.
And the guy walking around just hitting him in the stomach.
Or the dudes that run,
Alex.
the guys that run the thing are like, I actually don't want to stop beating up kids. Can we like continue to kidnap children? Because I really love my job. Never worked a day in my life.
Fuck you, kids.
They look like the exact same guys in the flashback.
Because
that's all they live for.
They're like, what happens to these kids? Do they go to the Spartan program? It's like, oh no, that's a different place. We just grab orphans.
I love my job.
Yeah.
So then we get the fucking Maki, and Maki. I don't understand. But we're not done with the scene
though, because like Kessler's like kind of backing away from his dad after being saved, and then the mom's like, "Oh, come here," and then everyone's like,
from the darkness, she creeps out and grabs a kid and holds him away. It's like, oh no!
He doesn't turn around and start punching.
No, she grabs him.
They're the
stupidest
looking
suits.
Are you okay? What?
That's funny. No?
What?
Because she grabs
The lady-
the kid,
She comes out of it. She comes
This monster comes out of the.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? And then starts moonwalking
Kessler, are you
back.
okay? Are you okay, Kessler?
See,
Stop it, guys.
What?
You've encouraged him in the comments.
no,
and now
no,
that we-
no.
You started it.
but again, though, like,
did start
so
it,
we're
though.
not done with this storyline.
Oh, it's
So
the
next
Tell
one.
me.
No. Next episode, we have to figure out what the fuck happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like she's getting kidnapped, and Soren has to go save his kid and his wife now.
Oh, that's right. More beat up guys show up
Yeah.
and beat up everybody.
So it's gonna it's gonna spill over.
It's going to fill up time. So
Yeah.
it's impossible for it to get a 9 or 10. Because
Well, it's not gonna be a
fine.
fucking
But what
10.
if,
we already
anyways,
said.
what if the child beaters kill all of them? That's a 10. It's not impossible. It's just unlikely.
Not gonna happen.
So
That'd be
Maki
fucking
has
amazing.
doubt. I'm moving on, Joe. Maki has
Why?
doubt.
I have questions. Why does Maki have doubt? She
I
knows where
have
the halo is.
No idea. This scene does not make sense.
I think they edited things out of order,
Out of order.
and then they tried
because
to cobble.
she was concerned that she was falling, and she said she already had that arc. We already did that.
Yeah.
And then, I believe in you. It's like, let's do this and that. And then it happens again. But they were proven right.
She found it.
The halo. We're here. What is going on?
She knows the exact
So
position.
she grabs a thing from the thing and brands a thing on her thing.
Yeah.
We're now tied to. I guess that's his symbol.
Yeah, we saw
This
him
is
brand
fucking
himself
dumb.
a couple episodes ago.
Said we.
So now
like,
she's-
now we are bonded together.
Now
She's
she's
like, no,
tied.
we are
Why
bonded
are we
to
doing this? I
Halo.
have to think about meta and stuff now. The writers, the incompetent writers. What are they foreshadowing here? She's tied to that guy. Does that mean when that guy dies, she'll die?
It's a love triangle.
No.
Please.
The
I don't know.
It's a
She's
love triangle.
solidifying
that's her new
herself
boyfriend.
on the
Oh
other
no,
guy's
John's
team.
gonna be super upset when he finds out she got her new boyfriend's tattoo on her. Who is this from? Arbiter.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh my God. Anyways, so she brands herself, and we don't know why, and she gets confidence again.
To
So she
show
got a group
her,
back.
to show her loyalty to the Arbiter. That's whatever. I don't care. Next.
So Miranda and Halsey talk about how they wanted to meet Forerunners, and how now that's something. Now that's something. Now that's something. Now that's something. I'm looking at the series. Now that's something. And I guess this is a pass off from Halsey to her daughter. Halsey disappeared. And something's going to happen to Halsey. And Miranda will be our Dr. Halsey for a while. Because this actress is like, you're not paying me enough.
Who's releasing the flood?
I
Is it
don't know.
Quan? Is it Key? Is it Amanda?
Well, in the games, it was
Miranda
it was no, it was not Keys. It was the Covenant. Keys' squad.
This is
ran
the plastic
into,
timeline. We need
This is
Okay.
different.
It's a
Yeah,
different
so
timeline.
Keys ran into the Covenant, releasing them. So it will probably be the Arbiter that releases the flood.
It's not the
And
little doodad, and the flood are going to escape,
No.
and they're going to go through
I don't
a
know
portal
what
that
that
exists.
is.
It's a
That
key.
better not be the key to the portal.
It's key to the
It's a key.
The portal's still in play.
Now that's something.
index or something.
Yeah, then Chief gets a suit, and Chief is back
When?
just unceremoniously in the suit, like he's talking like nothing, like the suit it's unimportant, and that was incredibly disappointing. We don't get the suit assembly from the intro or anything.
No.
So that he just walks in, it's like, I gotta hurry up and talk to Perez. We don't have much time left. So he's talking to Perez, and she's upset that he's not going with them. And she goes, you with the coin. You remember the coin? You made the coin happen. I'm like, what?
He's the chosen one.
I would have been like, Perez, you're probably going to die. This is a suicide mission. You've been lied to.
Did you know? Or did you make it come up heads? What?
Well, Master Chief is magic in this timeline.
In this, he always shows up and makes it heads, so he's going to show up in the battle and make it heads. Got it. Foreshadowing, whatever. Don't care, and at all. So I don't care about Soren, his wife. I don't care about Perez being saved or the Spartan 3s being saved. No. Me, I'm like, get Chief to the fucking Halo. We need to get there fast so that we can get the amount of time we could be used for Halo shit. Not whatever this is.
Yeah.
So Quan is not interesting at all. I wrote that. Terrible pacing. Too broken up to get invested. They don't. So what was the last scene? The very last scene is
he jumps right to the battle.
And jumps right to the battle. But first, he finds a coin that was strategically placed there by Perez.
Well, it's a quarter from the 1900s, so it's got to be Perez. I can imagine a lot of the Spartan 3s are running around.
Because it came from the Xbox Museum.
Yeah.
And she found the right Pelican or
he had put up a sign that he was going to steal it.
Do you think she got like a whole bunch of quarters and put them in all of them?
Just in case.
I like your brain,
like,
John.
Oh, God, I'm fucking tired. Which one? He's got to find one of these goddamn ones. Who's putting quarters all over my ships? Me, Perez.
Guys, I can't wait for Halo.
10 out of 10. Next episode.
Now we're at that juicy point. Remember, I got into this juicy point when Halo was getting really bad, and we were like, oh, it was almost like morbid curiosity.
That's how it was with Picard.
With Picard, with season 1 Halo, and now the last episode, I have this very good morbid curiosity.
So kind of unrelated, but not really. So Terry Matalan, the guy who wrote Picard, he became like the guy in charge of Picard, recently was saying that they wrote out all of Picard season 2, and someone at Paramount said, no, this is too Star Trek, and demanded they do all of these wild changes and then like cut up everything that they were going to do.
Season 2 was so
And so like this
weird.
producer, this guy who's in charge of everything, and normally they're not even allowed to say anything about like the behind the scenes stuff. And so for a producer of this show to kind of explain away, I can't imagine that Paramount did not have their hands in this and say, no, I want this stuff to happen. And the people who are passionate about some meddling. It is possible that David Weiner is the kind of guy that's like, no, I love Halo, I love the lore, I've read all the books, this is what I want to do, I want to stick as close as possible. And Paramount said, no, fuck you, my son-in-law's brother has a couple of ideas, and we're going to do all of his ideas. And
this will be our Halo,
and
I'll show it as our Halo, not your Halo.
Mushroom
stupid piece of shit Halo. Anyway, last episode, Halo. Denis Gordon, director, written by David Weiner. So, we can definitely blame the showrunner David Weiner here for the writing in this last episode. We're going to figure it out. So far, we think season 2, not worth it. Not worth the Paramount Plus subscription. Not worth watching. It's like, all right, maybe season 1 and season 2 are skippable, and we'll tell maybe season 3. We just have to get rid of all of these loose ends, but with how these are happening, it's basically they're going to carry it all over into the last in season 3. All this shit is going to continue in season 3. So here's how I think they're going to do it. Predictions. I don't know if you all have predictions. I'm still holding out hope for the Pillar, because if you don't, the Pillar of Autumn ship, because if you don't, I'm going to be pissed. So maybe the Pillar of Autumn ship is in the human fleet somewhere. Those 4 ships that we saw getting fired at, like the Covenant is really bad at shooting, by the way. Maybe it's over there, and when Kai or Perez or whoever sets off the bomb, a few ships are able to escape, and the Pillar is damaged, and it slams into the Halo installation. I'm like, ooh, that's perfect. That's fucking perfect. Okay, at least for this timeline here, and then that's how you have the Marines scattered across the Halo, and maybe there's a few Spartan 3 ships that are on fire, and they drop their troops on various parts of Halo installation. So that's how we get the scattering. That's how. So that's how I think it's going to go. And then Kai is going to sacrifice herself. But it's like, I have to also factor in the meta stuff, like the producers and the writers, like, oh, we really like Kai. She's a great actress to work with. Let's find a way to keep her alive. So I have to, like, factor that in. If she's going to find
I'd rather keep Kai than Perez.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I was like, I'd rather her. I was like, yeah,
Kai's fucking sweet.
Do it. Yeah.
No,
except for in this season, she kind of got done dirty.
Yeah, that's a writing thing, not an actress.
I know.
Yeah,
I think
she's a shitty part.
She's perfect for the role. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that they're going to do something where an explosion is supposed to happen in the center. Someone's going to take a ship really fucking far away, but explodes. 90% of the Covenant, 50% of the humans go down, evens the odds. Pillar. I don't even know if they're going to call it the Pillar. I think
maybe so Chief, Perez, and they
scattering.
They all get on the ship so that they can leave because they know it's about to explode, and then it explodes.
Something. And then you have a scattering of Covenant, a scattering of human beings. But then
it's a tower of power.
Do you think the flood is there, or do you think the human beings like Halsey and Keyes have to bring the flood? They have to
bring it.
So
with how fucking fast this is moving, I'm worrying they're gonna release the flood in the next episode. But I'm sure they're saving that
would be this episode.
Let's fucking
the
do
second
it.
they were talking about negative connotation growth. It's like that flood. And then you see the flood literally stretch over the constellations, and Quan freaks out because that's the monster. It's like, oh no. We're doing the flood right now.
Yeah, I think they'll save it for season 3. Maybe that'll be the very tease at the end that the Arbiter and Maki come upon a flood icons under in the Halo installation, and they're like, smash to black.
Wishful thinking.
I
like that better. I like that better.
And then all the Covenants like, it's you don't see nothing, and you just hear the release of the flood. That's how. Oh shit! That's how they go.
Again, stop hyping yourself. Stop
you're
hyping
getting
yourself.
excited over something that you know.
I'm writing a better show.
I agree. That's what I said.
Just hire us. God damn it!
So
all right.
They're gonna make one suit like HBO did in Last of Us, and they're gonna see one flood guy 3 times in the same suit.
Smash to black.
No, next season. Oh yeah, because they have to get that suit from HBO and be like, "Hey man, can I borrow that suit? Can I borrow that suit? I'll just put some like weird stuff on it, and then I'll use the same suit 3 times, and that's the only time you'll see the flood in a show about the flood."
All right. Well, over an hour, but we like doing the breakdowns because we get reminded of things. We make fun of it more.
Pick it apart.
It's like, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for going through this with us. And appreciate you
as well.
We read your comments, and we'll see you on the last episode in the 10 out of 10 that's impending, right?
Yes.
Thank you, guys, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, everybody.